Lights, camera, action. Does it look good? Nikuwa hapo nyuma ama nikaribie? Guys, how are you? You know, I can't believe like I'm always doing these things by myself, and sasa I don't know kama lighting ndo po iko sawa ama nini, but I think I'm good to go. Yeah. Do you like these earrings? I just feel weird. Gosh, I'm not used to this life. Acha nitoe. Should I keep them? Guys, never mind. Yes, back to this simple Valentine. Yeah. So, how are you? How are you? How's been your Merry Christmas? I believe it's still Christmas season because we're still in 2023 until 1st January. Then tutachana na mambo ya Christmas. And then my friend told me New Year will end in June. Lights, camera, action. Good. Should I go back kidogo ama nikaribia? Nikikaribia there's more light, right? Hello guys. I can't believe like I'm my own director and creative director and editor and those fancy stuff for content creator. And how cool is that though? That's so dope. Anyway, so I don't know, even before I start this video, I feel weird having these long earrings. So let me know in the comment section, do you like them? I just feel like they're so distracting. I don't know. This type of life I'm trying to live now is not mine. Oh, let me put something else. Anyway, how are you? And welcome back to yet another video of me. And I feel like I like this sit down with. God, I don't feel like I'm in the right. Yeah, I think that's the right position. Okay, and I was just saying, I feel like I like sit down talks, and I just feel like I want to talk to someone, you know. It's something that I've been thinking whether I should start a podcast, but I just feel like I'll be talking too much. So instead of investing a lot in a podcast, I mean, I might as well sit down here and talk to you guys. So how have you been? And it's nice to have you again. This is probably the last video will be, you know, that'll be coming from Valentine, and I'm so excited to shoot it. And yeah, I can't believe like, you know, 23 is just coming to an end. Like, it's literally one day to 2024. For some, maybe this is not a big deal, but for me, it's just like a big deal. I just feel like it's someone that is going that I will never see them, you know. But you can't cling on to 2023. You have to move on with life, right? So today's video, I'll be sharing with you some of the lessons that I've learned in my 2023 and probably in my 23 years, like living in this world for 23 years. And how does it actually feel to say that I'm 23, you know? Another year is coming, right? 2024 is just one day away. So actually being 2023 is like a pressure, you know? Pressure, like you're supposed to have this, you know, maybe society pressure, but I don't really care about the society pressure. But me as a person, you know, as someone like who would want to have a family later in life, not even later or earlier, someone who is graduating soon, someone who is like, you know, all those stuff, you're no longer becoming a student, you're approaching years of citizenship, right, and employment. So it's just like another pressure that comes with, you know, year ending and you starting another year. That's how I feel right now. But you can do so much, right? You can do so much. The only thing you can do is just like let God and take the wheel and, you know, trust in Him and do what you can. Really, like that's what you can do, you know. So the first lesson I learned in 2023 is start. Okay, whatever you want to do, is it a business, is it a YouTube channel, is it a podcast, you want to try something new, start it. You will figure things on the way. Sometimes I just feel like sometimes you don't really need to have all of it figured out. You just need to start. And throughout the process, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. You're gonna learn, resilience. You're gonna learn patience. Those are things that you won't those are things that even if you prepare so much, those are the things you need to feel it in the process. So I just feel like, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I started a YouTube channel and I wanted to share my story, but then I actually realized no one knows me. So what, like, you're sharing a story to who? Who are you sharing the story to? Like, who are you? And I started doing and I started doing lifestyle videos, and I was like, actually no one cares about your lifestyle videos. No one cares about you spreading bed. It's just like few people, and I really appreciate you guys for you know giving me some motivation and all that stuff. So I actually realized that, people are in YouTube for few things, Most of it is like maybe inspiring, or maybe they're being entertained, or maybe it's something, maybe, or maybe if you're doing lifestyle, they want to see how you live. But I just felt like that's not really what people want. And over time, I'm trying to discover things. I'm trying to discover, people want information that will help them, right? And when you're helping them, it's like buying, when you're helping them, you gain and they gain. So it's like a win-win situation, right? So you will figure things on your way. If I can tell you the things that I've figured out on the way, like, I just feel like so much energetic, and I'm inspired to even do more, right? Something like investing in good cameras, something like investing in good thumbnails, and or even you learning how to edit, or you learning it, or exploring ways of promoting your channel, right? Those are the things that you actually don't need to have all of it figured out. But if you start and you're serious in it, you're gonna get there, right? Just that you start, okay, you try to see how the process and the journey is taking you, and then you're allowed to start, and in the process you're allowed now to, like, sit down with yourself, rethink, re-strategize, and plan, and say, so these are the videos that I'm an international student, these are the videos that I'm going to do, or this is the business, this is how it's taking. Maybe I'm doing tush, it's not like what is that thing, but also that comes with risk, because you can start it, and maybe, let's say, in terms of capital for a business, that's all you needed, that's all you had for you to start that business. So you also don't need to take all the advices, right? You have to do, like, your background check and all that, but all in all, just start and leave it to God, right? Like, you can do so much. So just start and stop worrying about what people will say. Stop worrying about, am I beautiful enough? Do I have the right accent? Stop those things. Those are the things that used to make me feel like, am I actually good enough in this social media platform? Those are, you can't have faith and you're still fearing. So you have to choose either faith or fear. So my advice and the lesson that I've learned is start, and you're gonna figure your shit along the way, like, literally. Another thing I also learned in 2023 is believing in yourself. I actually feel like crying, believing in yourself doesn't mean like you have all of it figured out. Like I said in the first point, it does not really mean that you have all of it figured out, but to believe, even if you don't know what you're gonna do, even if you don't know some stuff, you believe in yourself that you have been faced with a similar situation and you've dealt with it, okay? And that means that even in future, even if something, hata kama the challenge is presented to you, you will be able to solve it. Like, I think that's the belief that you need. Believe in yourself. By this, okay? Like, this is a story that happened to me in 2023. So I started applying for interviews in 2020. Gosh, I feel like crying. I started applying for interviews I started applying for placement. So I'm in a 4-year course, right? So the third year is like placement, where you get job and exposed to the real world industry, and learn how, like, the real world functions, of and applying the things that you have learned in class. So I started, and I'm a good person. I'm very disciplined in terms of homework. I always do things like ahead of time. So I started, going to my mentor, my career advisor, late 2022 in September. My CV was reviewed so many times. I applied for so many jobs. I got rejection.
I'm so disappointed. I have 2 more interviews to go. I don't know how they're gonna be, but God, I still trust in you. I still trust in you. Give me the last energy to do it.
And I was almost giving up. Like, I have a book with me here. I always have so many journals. So I have so many books that I write my thoughts here. And I remember those days, like, I was so much stressed, and I was telling God, give me, I don't want to go to my 4th year. I want this so bad. I used to cry, and I was like, God, I want this job. And yeah, alafu 2023, I'm supposed to start a placement in September. Then July comes and I haven't gotten any June. So you're almost giving up. You're like, bruh, you have to forget about this stuff. And yeah, that's what happened. And so one day I was just scrolling through the phone, and I always use Indeed. Indeed, like I told you, I have done a video in my previous video how to look for jobs, and I went to Indeed and I was just going through the jobs. I saw a job post, but it wasn't in my area of study. So it was about health and safety. But I just had a module on health and safety, and I was like, well, health and safety is something like, if I'm taught these things, I'm gonna learn. I believed in myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to apply for this job, and I give it my best. I believed in myself, and I said, I know I am not a health and safety student, right? I know I don't have all the skills that are required, but I can apply things in real life. I mean, like, I've grown in Africa, like, these things, well, nimesurvive sana kwa maisha. And survival months, I was like, sasa haiwezi nishinda pia hii. And that's what I did. So guess what, guys? I apply there, and they tell me they like my CV, and they give me a title to present 5 minutes presentation, 3 slides on something that I actually didn't know. But I did my research and all that, and wrote everything in even before I went for the interview. So I was just preparing for the slides for my health and safety interview job. Then I hear a call from someone in the same company saying, hey, Valentine, we see you've applied for health and safety, but we're looking for environmental science student, and you qualify. You have all the qualifications we are looking for. And guys, that's how I got a job. The rest is history. And of course, they just didn't offer the job. I had to like present a slides, like a 20-minute slide on environment stuff, and that's something I've never done. It was a different type of interview, and I just believed in myself. I think it's not I don't know, I believed in myself, and God amplified what I believed in. Imagine if I said, oh, this is health and safety, I will not apply because I don't know anything. Are you seeing the point? So, yani, jiamini and put the faith. Yani, God never fails. As long as you're trying, God will never fail you. And if He fails you, He has better plans for you. Like, literally, has better plans for you. So that's the biggest lesson. Believe in yourself, and by believing in yourself doesn't mean like you have all the qualifications. It's just that you believe, given the chance and the right mentorship, you're gonna give it your best. And that's what I'm doing. The camera looks good, nikwa karibu, so let me do something like that. Oh my god, guys, your cameraman, I think I should come closer to the lighting. The other thing is like, just be intentional, right? Be intentional in the things that you're getting involved in, right? And if you don't want to do something, just say you don't want to do. People will take no as an answer, you know. I'll definitely take a no as an answer than just doing things because you're doing them, And I'm talking this like from a point of being a student and actually in the dating world or relationship. Relationship with your person, relationship with your friends, relationship with your parents and everything. Like there's so much, if you're a kid, you have so much trauma, or maybe you have trauma from your past relationship, or you have things like just be willing to work on yourself. If you have to work on yourself, be willing to work on yourself. If it's exercise, be willing. Be intentional. Just do it out of your willingness. And I promise you feel good about it, right? If it's gym or you're hitting the gym, like I can tell you, I have some bit of tummy fat, and I've been doing exercise kidogo kidogo, but I gave up some time. And I was like, imagine if I did that, like ningefanya hiyo kitu willingly. If I started it in June and I didn't give up, like I was intentional, I didn't give up. Sai singekuwa naongelelea about that thing, sindo? And that, by that, it will put me in a right state of mind, because I'll be like, oh, naweza vaa nguo zenye nilikuwa nataka kuvaa. But because of now you're like that, you'll be like, you start feeling pity. You'll be like, oh, guys don't like people wanakaa hivi or something. Yani unaanza kuwa na self pity because of the things that you didn't do. So you want people to compromise you. You get? And I think that's just, people are so selfish nowadays, and usitake sana self pity. Just be intentional in the things that you wanna do. If it's relationship, kama hujafosiwa na mtu kuwa in a certain relationship, usikae hapo, toka. Kama you're not okay with the relationship that you are in, there is no point of you going behind your partner's back and saying, oh, these guys like this, that they won't help you, Toka end up a better place, if you understand what I mean, And also in that nini about relationship, there's this thing called peer pressure. I won't lie niseme ati sikuangi na peer pressure, but it just feels like, you better learn something called self-love. You better learn something called self-love, You better learn something called gratitude. By what I mean by saying this is like, there's so much pressure. Like you see movies, men who are promising people Earth and Mars and Jupiter, and everybody wants that kind of love, right? Everybody wants to go to Maldives. Everybody wants to go to Seychelles. Everybody wants to go to, even if it's possible, Jupiter, right? But it's very important to appreciate things that money can't buy, not glorifying poverty, but if you have the right people surrounding you, like, respect them, be grateful you have them, and be willing to work on each other, right? Help one another and just make a world a better place. Because imagine if you're happy, you raise happy kids, but if you're not happy, then you're gonna give your kids a lot of, you're gonna traumatize your kids growing up, right? Like me, growing up in a single family, and there's so much happening there. Sometimes I don't want to call it trauma. It's not trauma, actually, just like life, people living their life. And in a hit kwa akili, I'm like, oh, I need to be very careful in the choices that I make, especially in choosing a partner, because I don't want to end up in that mini. But sometimes really it's all about God. It's like you just need to pray and ask God to give you the right person. Another thing I've learned is just be willing to learn. Like, be willing to learn. I shared a video of me being a kienyeji in the UK, and let me tell you mine. So I went in a in a corporate dinner, and I didn't know like so many food stuff because I'm used to cabbage and sukuma. Like, I've been here for 3 years, but I just feel like I'm more inclined to our food back home, and I haven't really mastered the type of foods that are made here. But probably it's because we don't this is like being in the UK, and especially England or in London, like there's so many restaurants zenye ziko diverse, so actually hata wenye wako huku they don't know chakula yenye iko because it's too much, yeah. So if I go to like a dinner, I actually don't know like the name of those foods. So I was like, you know what, I just told them like nipeni hii, nipeni hii, like nikachukua tu simu and nikagoogle, nikaona okay, inakaa hivi, and then I chose that type of food, nikakula, and turns out to be good. Also, another thing, just like I decided to go out for solo dates, like try new things alone, go on a solo travel, all those stuff, and if it's something that you don't know, learn something new as well. Just be willing to learn anything really, and try something new, but try a new skill, right? Do you know you can even get jobs like swimming jobs? My friend got a job to as a swimming coach and she's earning out of it. Learn how to edit videos, right? I edit my own video. I do everything for myself, right? But sometimes I might want someone who knows how to edit videos. So ukinitext hapo useme Vale, by the way, I know how to edit videos, unaniambia send me one of your video and I'll show you alafu tutaangalia venye ziko. Imagine I won't mind. And if like ukiniambia nikulipe like 500 or 1k and it's something of good quality, imagine I'll do that. Right? If it's doing thumbnails, right? That thumbnail is that picture that you see on someone's video before you click. If you know how to use Canva Pro, you know how to use Adobe, that you know how to Photoshop, those things, you can even monetize your skills. So be willing to learn something, and you can actually monetize your things. Right now we're in this era where we're monetizing, everything is getting monetized, right? I have been using YouTube songs. There is actually an website where if you need stock videos, if you need reaction videos, if you need some amazing songs which are non-copyrighted, you have to pay them £24 a month. You think that's a joke? Do you know how many people have YouTube channels, and do you know how many people are creating content and they don't wanna be copyrighted? That's like a side hustle. Those are things that you need to learn. Another thing I learned is create your own happiness. What makes you happy actually? What really makes you happy? Because for me, what makes me happy is like waking up and spreading my bed first. Nikisoma Bible and pray like a good prayer. Alafu nifanye exercise kidogo and make good breakfast. And read kidogo kidogo, like do the simple things zenye zinakaanga ngumu kufanya. Kupata hiyo discipline, it makes me happy. It makes me feel like at least I'm doing something with my life, And once in a while, like going in a restaurant, buying something nice, okay, like nice meal, right? Going out on a nature walk, taking photos of, the trees and rivers flowing, and putting on like there's a certain wig navaanga. Nikitembea hiyo, people be like, oh, I like your hair, can I touch it? Like that makes me happy, honestly. And imagine those things that make me happy ziko off social media. So social media doesn't make me happy. Why? There's so much of being creative, it makes you happy. Is it doing a nice makeup, or making your nails? Do it. Do anything that makes you happy, right? Provided it's morally upright, of course. So yeah, do what makes you happy, girl. You will find happiness. You always find something to be grateful for. Like Sahi, after shooting my video and editing my video, sending it there, I am happy person. What makes me happy is creating videos. And also some of you guys have been, writing messages to me and telling me how I inspire them. I didn't know I was inspiring people. I just thought I was just, a simple girl doing live and sharing lifestyle and kicking this boredom. But I really appreciate, and I think that's what I've actually learned in my 2023. Okay, let me know what you learned in your 2020. If you could do me a favor, guys, let me know what type of content you want me to post. Like, that will really help me to put my energy in something that I know people really want. So what's something that you want me to post in my next coming videos? Is it more of lifestyle or life in the UK, or is it more of sit down with me? Because I have so many things to do on this YouTube. I have tutorial how I edit my videos. I want to show you life in the UK. I want to show you productivity videos. But I really need your input in this so that we can work together, because I don't want to create these videos for myself. I want to create videos for us all so that we can enjoy the growth and enjoy the moment. One last thing is, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It just started. It just started as a dream, and now it's actually coming true because we are 1,000 subscribers. Though we are not yet monetized, but I am glad, I am happy for the progress, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for those who comment. And I will up my game next year, probably do giveaway vlogs. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in you can do what makes you happy. Be you, be happy, and be bright. See you in the next video. Bye.